I get it. Scrolling through endless pages of sleek, high-resolution images, you think you've found the perfect little scooter that'll zip you around the airport, the grocery store, or that tiny hotel room you always end up in. Then the box arrives, you unfold it, and it feels more like a novelty than a reliable mobility aid. That gap between expectation and reality is why I'm doing this deep dive, so you can sidestep the disappointment. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the GoGo Super isn't trying to be a heavy-duty, all-terrain machine. It's marketed as a super portable option, and that's where the design choices start to make sense. The frame is crafted from a lightweight alloy, and the whole unit folds down to a size that will actually fit in the trunk of a midsize sedan. I've taken a few of the bigger scooters to a friend's house and tried to jam them into a closet. They just don't cooperate. This one, however, slides into a standard car boot without forcing the doors open, which is a real win if you're traveling by car or need to store it in a cramped apartment. The battery is another point that sets this model apart. It uses an airline-approved lithium pack, so you can, in theory, take it on a plane without having to ship it separately. That's a big deal for anyone who travels a lot and hates the hassle of checking a bulky scooter as luggage. The charging method is magnetic. Just line up the charging dock, and the contacts snap together automatically. No fiddly plugs that get lost in the bag. In practice, that means you can plug it in while you're still on the couch, and you won't have to worry about the cable getting tugged or bent. Now, let's talk about the day-to-day experience. I've been using it for a couple of weeks around my neighborhood, the local pharmacy, and on a short train ride where I had to hop on and off the platform. The maximum speed tops out at about 4.5 miles per hour, which is deliberate. It's fast enough to keep up with a brisk walk but slow enough to feel safe on crowded sidewalks. For someone who's comfortable cruising at a leisurely pace, that speed feels just right. It also means the scooter is quiet, no loud whirring that draws attention, which some seniors appreciate when they're out and about. Safety features are built into the design. The front and rear have bright LED lights that stay on while you're moving, and there's a rear-facing reflector that becomes visible when you brake. The handlebar houses a simple digital readout that shows battery level and speed, so you're never guessing how much range you have left. Speaking of range, the lithium battery offers enough juice for typical short-haul trips. Think a trip to the grocery store, a quick visit to a doctor's office, or navigating an airport terminal. If you're planning a half-day outing with multiple stops, you'll probably need to top off the battery halfway through, but that's a trade-off you accept for the portability. Who should consider the GoGo Super? If you're a senior who lives in a 1- or 2-bedroom apartment, travel frequently, or simply need a compact ride assist for short distances, this scooter checks a lot of boxes. The folding mechanism means you can store it in a closet, under a bed, or in a car trunk without sacrificing too much living space. The airline-approved battery makes it a practical companion for trips where you'd otherwise have to arrange a wheelchair rental at the destination. And the magnetic charger adds a level of convenience that's rare in this price segment. On the flip side, if you're looking for a scooter that can handle long-haul journeys, steep hills, or a higher top speed so you can keep up with faster walkers, you'll likely feel constrained. The modest speed and battery capacity mean it's not ideal for someone who wants to use it as a primary transport method for an entire day. Also, because it's built to be light, the ride can feel a little less cushioned over rough pavement compared to bulkier models with larger wheels and suspension. If you have a higher weight requirement, double-check the manufacturer's limit before you buy. The GoGo is designed for typical senior body weights, but it isn't marketed as a heavyload device. A subtle but important consideration is the smart features badge the company touts. In reality, the scooter's electronics are limited to the battery indicator and a basic speedometer. There's no app integration, GPS tracking, or advanced telemetry. That's fine if you just want a straightforward, no-frills mobility aid, but if you were hoping for a connected experience like getting alerts on your phone when the battery gets low, you'll need to look elsewhere. Let's talk value. The GoGo Super sits in a price range that feels competitive for a foldable scooter with an airline-approved battery. You're not paying for a high-capacity battery that could take you 20+ miles on a single charge, but